So today we're fixing a DS with a broken screen. It's perfectly functioning DS. Turn down that volume. But the screen was broken a long time ago, and more the black spreads across as the LCD screen gets more and more broken. And today we are going to replace the screen. So let's get started. But we definitely gotta turn the DS off. Might as well unplug it. Don't mind the stickers. That right there, you just lift it up. And stickers are holding it on. There you go. Okay, now that we've got this open, we need to be very careful not to pull it right away because this ribbon cable is attached to the back. If you're using tweezers, make sure not to use cosmetic tweezers or like eyebrows, stuff like that. Those are sharp and those could very easily rip the ribbon cables. So we're gonna want to flip, there's a little switch on here, and we're gonna want to flip it. It's hard to tell sometimes which way it goes. If it goes up, I think it goes up this way. There you go. See that? This little black piece goes down, is pointing down, and you just flip it up. Sometimes it's a little difficult. And then you can just make sure not to use too much force grabbing the ribbon cable. Sometimes you can just get into this groove here with this hard piece. There you go. Now we should carefully move the sides. The side pieces do have extra pieces that will fall off, like this piece falls off. I need to take this SD card out. That's probably, there you go. Okay, so now we find our screws, a couple around here, and we're going to unscrew those. We need to flip a couple more switches on these ribbon cables in order to be able to lift up this board. you go. See? Up. Hopefully you can see that. We're just gonna very gently pull the ribbon cable out. There you go. Same thing with these. These are actually for the display. So we're gonna be plugging in the new one into this. So now down here, there's one ribbon cable for the home button. There is a couple more. These ones also, this one also pull towards you. This one it looks like we're gonna pull up and to the right. Forgot two screws. One right in there, and on the opposite side, one right in there. It is at the top. So, going to need to unscrew those, of course. These bumpers need to come off, which they are very hard to get this spring. I'll show you. There's a spring right here. It's very hard to get it back in the right spot and push it down in a vertical direction. So just be wary that it is difficult to put on. I'll show you later. And make sure that spring does not pop out and fly across the room. There you go. Just gotta lift a little bit, lift very lightly, and it comes free. Okay, the board is free, and we're just gonna set that aside. Do it with a very light touch, but a little force. And there it is. You can see its cracks. See, it's got a little dust on the bottom. It's collected. So yeah, it's just one screen. They've just put tape over this part. Cost effective. As I display to you the new screen. 2DS screen. Got it off of eBay for about $25. They usually range around that price. This is the brand new one. Just gonna rest it right in there. You have to make sure these button rubber contacts are in the right spot. This open part was face down, so we want to put it right back how it was. There you go. Now for the fun part, it's making sure that the ribbon cables come through to the other side. with the switches still flipped up, we need to put these back where we found them. These last two went in less gracefully than the others do. The others seem to slide in very easily. Might be because this is an off-brand screen, so maybe they're not quite perfectly meant for each other, but they do go in with just a little bit of pressure. There we go. So now we're going to screw everything back in. So now we are going to put these on. This is the one that says L. It's on this side. You get the spring in here and this little pivot point in there. Did it. Trick is getting it in place so the whole bumper can slide straight down into where this hole is, and simultaneously bending the spring with something and bending it down into the little peg that the spring is supposed to go in. A little difficult. Now let's do it again. And I did get the spring in the right place and the peg in the right place, but this piece needs to go on this side of this little L-shaped blue part. See, like this one over here, it's on the other side of it. And I can bend down. Make sure to check. See, this one is not flexing or pivoting like the other one is. We'll just lift it up a little bit so the spring doesn't come undone. Move it on the other side. There you go. We're going to get our 2 screws that we set aside. These are silver color, and they are shorter. Now to secure the joystick, the slide pad with these longer screws. This little divot right here needs to align with this slider right here for the volume. There you go. See? Slider is going straight into that divot right there. Now we can adjust our volume, which is very important. Now for the last piece, putting the back on. Remember, it has that ribbon cable that's connecting to the back facing cameras. So we're going to need to connect to that. Go, let me switch it down. Okay. So now we've got that ribbon cable right where we want it. We put the top on. Put the battery in. These contacts here need to line up with these 3. Now, the moment of truth. There you go. It has a screen and it's working. Isn't that nice? I hope that this was a helpful video for you. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. If you like this video, if it was helpful for you, then give it a like. Share it with someone who might benefit from it. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.